Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about more Fallout 76 news. Okay, so before we get this video going, if it is useful, interesting or helpful to you, then please do consider liking, sharing, commenting and subscribing. Okay, so we've got another bit of information from inside the vault over at Bethesda, and we're going to be talking about future mode, and we're going to be talking about some new fixes coming very soon. So the biggest part of this Inside the Vault article this week is that there's going to be a new mode called Survival, and it's going to be in beta, and it's going to be coming hopefully thinking March time. This is going to be kind of separate from the main game, so there's going to be two modes now from March. Hopefully there's going to be Adventure and Survival. Adventure is as we know it today at this moment in time, you just carry on as normal, and Survival will be more PvP based, so the restrictions are turned off, whereas you at the moment, if you shoot a person in Adventure mode as it is, then when they shoot back it starts PvP battling. With Survival, there's none of that. As soon as you see a human player, they can just potentially start shooting at you and PvP has started. They are talking about bringing more risk and reward. They're going to maybe change things like what they drop. At the moment you only drop junk. They may bring aid and other things they said. Bear in mind when this does drop, it's going to be beta, so there's going to be a lot of things right and wrong with it, and it's going to be a little bit of an interesting new way to play. They have warned as well in the article that if you take your main character into there and you spend all your caps or use all your ammo, then that will also carry over back if you go into Adventure mode with that character. So they're advising that we make a new character to play in Survival mode. I personally would advise doing this as well, and I will be doing it myself because I kind of want to keep that side of it separate. I mean, it's going to be fun to have a PvP character anyway, and then you can make your build differently as well, because your Adventure one's going to be slightly different to, or the needs for it might be slightly different towards player based combat as opposed to NPC combat. Another thing they're also going to bring in along with Survival is leaderboards. So obviously how many players you've killed, there's going to be stats and other things on top as well. I'm not sure what we're kind of competing against, but they did say they're working on leaderboards as well. So it's a very interesting move from Bethesda. They are trying to bring some more players back in by making more PvP. I suppose it makes it the game a little bit more exciting doing it that way. But like I say, let me know what you think about that in the comments section. Are you excited for the Survival mode in Fallout 76? So they have patch 5 details. A little few more things have been added to what they're going to be bringing forward in patch 5. The main key points they've added to this Inside the Vault column is the traveling pharmacy perk will now correctly reduce the weight of Radaway and other chems, because I've been actually storing them. At one point in time I was starting to sell them, because what was happening is the stem pack was 0.1 with the full perk on, and the Radaway was still at 0.25, so I mean I had over 100 of them, and that's what was taking a lot of my weight away. So at least they're acknowledging that this is a problem. The other key one that's worth mentioning is that it's been a long time a bug for me as well, a personal peeve if you want to call it, and it's going to be putting on the vendors and inside your own Pip-Boy. So this next one's pretty cool for me, because I really wanted this to come into the game and I'd never quite understood why it wasn't there in the first place. And they're going to add a known tag will now appear next to recipes and plans you've already learned in the vendor and player inventories and trade menus. This was mind-blowing really to find out that it wasn't already in play, because I'm trying to have to personally remember what things I have actually learned or earned. So I'm very cautious on what I'm buying at vendors at the moment because of that reason. So this is going to be very much useful, and like I say, I'm quite surprised it wasn't in place in the first place. So I can then continue to buy my plans, earn my caps, and just make my player get everything. That's the end game for me. I just want to try and get every single plan possible. But yeah, I'm so surprised that this wasn't already in game. There's going to be a lot more added to the patch 5 details once we get closer to the release date, and the last thing that they mentioned about is they're still looking and investigating and tracking down the elimination of exploits. So yeah, they're obviously quite focused on that at the moment. I kind of understand. If there's an economy in the game, we don't want to break it. We don't want to make the game completely irrelevant because everyone's got all the best weapons and all the amounts of caps in the world. So that's it for today's video. It's quite interesting about the beta for the Survival mode, and obviously those few mentioned things that are going to be coming in patch 5. Definitely much needed. Thanks everyone for watching today, and take care.